Hi, everybody. Yes, there are many of me. I am floating through the air in bubbles. I like to do things a little differently. Okay, let's just admit it. I'm kind of a kook, but I have fun with this techie stuff. And I also am kind of odd in that I think of things that a lot of people don't think of. And that's what's going on here. I decided to present a different kind of reading. Now, I want you to know I, as much as anyone else, enjoy a good pick a pile or pick a card reading on YouTube. I've watched many of them. There are readers that I highly respect, and I am not saying that this has to be instead of those. But sometimes when we get a reading from someone, despite the disclaimers that these are general readings and you should always just take what resonates and discard what doesn't, we rely on what we've heard and we take action. And then when things don't turn out, instead of taking responsibility for our choice, we go, oh man, why did I trust that reader? Well, the reader in these new card readings is going to be you. So what I'm going to do is give you different ways that you can choose your pile. And that could be picking out a stone, going by an archetype card as to it applying and what's going on in your life. It could be from artwork. It could be, who knows? We'll find out as we go along. And then once you pick your pile, initially, when we are just starting out on this, I'm going to only use cards that have writing on them. So I'm not going to tell you which of the meanings is for you. I'm not going to tell you if you should interpret your card as upright or reversed. It's going to be up to you. Now, I know that many of you are saying, I can't do this. I don't have any psychic gifts. Well, surprise. Probably a lot of you do have gifts. You just haven't realized it yet. I want you to explore whether maybe you do have a little something. Everyone has intuition. And I encourage people to trust their own intuition, but I know from personal experience that's not always easy. It is sometimes easier to turn to someone that we consider an expert and go by what they have to tell us than to trust ourselves. A lot of us went through things in our lives that made us doubt ourselves. I would like to provide a way for you to get over that doubt, to start trusting your instincts, your intuition, and have some fun with it. So, like I said, initially I'm only going to use cards that have writing on them. After a while I'll start switching those out, and it won't always be quite that easy. And then I will do a follow-up video to share with you what the guidebook might have said. But I want you to know, if you came up with some solid meaning for something and the guidebook differs, screw the guidebook. Go with what you came up with, because cards are up to interpretation. Now, I'm thinking that you're not going to always have to look at these bubbles, but you are always going to have to deal with me. Sometimes I have some trouble tracking, and almost all the time I repeat myself at least once, usually 3 times. Don't ask me why. I'm a bit quirky. But there's some fun to quirk, I'm thinking. So yeah, this is a little weird. Maybe it's definitely outside the box, but let's just go with it. And I'd love to hear your interpretations. It's lonely here behind the camera. I would love to have a little bit of companionship in the comments. So please feel free to share your interpretations and whether the cards meant something to you. It is important to remember we all pick wrong sometimes. So if you start into a pile and it just doesn't seem to apply at all, feel free to stop and go back and pick another one. We can't always be 100%. Not even the pros can be 100% of the time. So there's my introduction. The good news is once you've watched it, you don't have to watch it again. I will probably include this with every one of this kind of readings. And if you've already watched it, you can just buzz right past it and forget. I mean, who wants to see me more than once with these bubbles? How silly is this? At least it's fun. At least it's different. Life can get kind of boring, so let's add a little spice is what I'm thinking. All right, see you at the next card reading. That is you as the reader. Bye. Hi everybody, thank you for coming by for the January 25th You Are the Reader upload. These cards have been pulled with the intention of being timeless, so don't sweat it if you're not seeing this on January 25th. I just don't know how else to identify them. This is your pile selection segment, and pile 1, this is your stone, amethyst, your door, and the message is secret sketches. Wander and seek the familiar and friendly kind. Draw memories in sketches for others to find. And your Lenormand card, and I know probably everyone's going to be like, I'm not picking pile 1. Coffin. But you know, you don't have to look at it as the Lenormand, meaning you could just look at the colors, perhaps, and all that green could represent the heart chakra. And with the little person laying at side, it could be that the heart chakra is healing after some loss. So that's pile number 1. Next, here are your stones. And here is your door. The message, destiny. One door closes, another opens for you. Let the plans of destiny unravel true. And your Lenormand card is Tower. For pile 3, these are your stones. Here's your door. Birth. Another gateway appears in view. New life is unfolding with blessings to you. And your Lenormand card is Ship. Boy, those little stones want to run around. Pile 4. Here are your stones. Your door. A stranger's grace. Ego fears the sudden danger, but never underestimate the kindness of a loving stranger. And your Lenormand card, Ring. So those are your piles to choose from. You can go by the crystals or the Lenormand cards or the door cards or the combination, or you could just access your intuition the way you normally do. I will be right back with pile 1. Hello, those of you who picked pile 1. If you haven't already watched the intro, you might want to pause and go back to watch it, because in this pick a pile, you are the reader. So in the first video, I'm just going to show you what the cards say, let you look at the images to pick up whatever you can from them, and then I will have a follow-up video in a little while to let you know what the guidebooks say, but you don't have to rely on what the guidebooks say. If you look at the cards and you get a very clear meaning and they apply to what's going on in your life, it's not necessary that you watch the follow-up videos. It just may add a little bit extra or not. Totally up to you. So let's get your cards out of here. Your first one is courage. You are safe. Fear is an illusion. Set strong boundaries. Next card. Realization. Got a racy one here. Divine sensuality, making love, erotica. Princess of purity leaps across. Probably recognize that guy, the Cheshire Cat. Use your time well. Make every moment count. Now I decided to throw in some bonus cards this time that you don't have to read because everything is right on the cards. So the first one is from Crazy Sexy Love Notes. Trust your intuition. It's time to stop seeking advice from others and go inside instead. You know what's best for your body, mind, and spirit. Sit in meditation, walk in the woods. Ask yourself what you need and listen. Tune in to your inner guidance. When you get a gut reaction, honor it. You have the answer, and it's safe to trust yourself. Everything you need is already inside you. And lastly, from the Affirmators, perseverance. It seems you're on a massive journey right now, and this card has arrived to remind you that you will reach the other side. The mountain you're climbing is huge and formidable, but so is your ability to climb it. You don't need to enjoy it, you just need to tackle it. Complain if it makes the job easier. Blow off steam. You think mountain climbers get to the top of Everest on inspirational quotes? No way. They're grunting and crying and cursing like freaking pirates. That just doesn't sell a lot of posters. All right, pile one, those are your cards. So give it your best read, and I would love to have you comment to let me know if the cards resonated with you or how you chose to interpret them. And a thumbs up to the video would be appreciated. If you're not a subscriber, it would be awesome if you chose to join me. All right, see you at the next one. Bye. Hello, those of you who chose pile 2. Let's get to your cards inside here. Your first card is Polarity. Integrate your shadow side, There can be no light without dark. Understand the law of polarity. Self-mastery. Something I'm beginning to think is not going to happen for me. You know, getting all my emotions like ducks in a row and even keel, not an easy task. So perhaps you're having the same challenge. Or maybe you've got too tight of a hold on your emotions, and the self-mastery is to let a little of them out. Who knows? I don't know what the guidebook is going to tell us. We'll find out in the next video. That's the follow-up. Next is the crane bag. Sacred ocean medicine. Clutter, declutter, choice. Then we have grandmother of love, granddaughter of life. A moment's regret, nostalgia, idealizing the past, fearing you've made a mistake. And if you need more time to study the images, if you're reading the cards that way with colors or detail of the card, feel free to pause the video. Now I'm throwing in a couple of freebies, as in you don't have to interpret them because everything is right on the cards. So your first one is from Crazy Sexy Love Notes. Breathe deeply. Breathe big. Let it all in. Expand your fabulous belly. Who cares if your jeans feel too tight? Here's an idea. Buy a roomier pair. Deep, full breaths invigorate you. They release sadness and allow ecstasy to flood in. Pause. Inhale a long, slow, big, delicious breath. Exhale. Remember, whenever the going gets tough, take a deep breath and trust that you are capable of greatness. And lastly, from Affirmators, trust. I trust that everything will be okay in the end, partly because I simply know it in my gut, but also because it's way more fun to live with trust and confidence than to be a defensive wiener. Who wants to be a defensive wiener, right? All right, pile two, those are your cards. I'd love to have you comment about how you interpreted them and how they applied to your life. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I would be honored if you would consider that, and a thumbs up to the video would be greatly appreciated also. By golly, I'm gonna get to 100 subscribers someday. All right, see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, lovely people that chose pile 3. Your cards are within. Let's take a look. Your first card, dance. Move your body to music. Dance with the rhythm of life. Manifest your dreams through dance. Ingenuity. honestly not sure what we're seeing there. Conchomancy, seashell divination, wisdom of shells. Daughters of the red tent. Wake up, it's your moment. Oh, maybe I should have said that differently. Wake up, it's your moment. Is that better? Okay. If not, I'm not going to try it again. Ha! Okay, so I threw in a couple of freebies, meaning you don't have to read them. Everything is on the cards. You are healing. Healing happens in seasons. It can't be rushed or forced to fit a schedule. So often we curse the seeds that haven't taken root, failing to realize it's not their time. They need more water, sunlight, and care. Bullying ourselves blocks regeneration. Also, sometimes the healing we're focused on isn't the healing that's taking place. There's a much deeper healing going on. Be patient, dear one. You are healing. And lastly, manifestation. 2 of the piles here got bonus cards. If you could have anything you wanted, what would it be? Get specific and get greedy. You are holding a magic wand and you can conjure up anything. Could it be that when you declare your wishes out loud, you're actually casting a spell for your dreams to come true? Or is it just that, in a very practical sense, the more people you speak with about your desires, the more folks there are who know what you want and might have the means to help you make them happen? Either way, stop waiting and start manifesting. But don't use that word if you don't want to. Okay, pile 3. Those are your cards. I would love to hear how you interpreted them as they relate to your life. If you don't mind sharing, a thumbs up would be greatly appreciated if you are enjoying this kind of reading. And if you haven't subscribed and you are thinking, maybe, I would love that. All right, see you in the next one. Hello, people who chose pile 4. Your cards are inside. Let's get to them. Your first card is growth. Seek out a mentor or guide. Take baby steps as you grow. Be willing to learn from others. Sorry, I'm fumbling around here. We got some sticky ones. Divine companion. Oh, is there a theme here? Falling in love. Kissing the divine in another, in yourself. Now focus. There we go. Ooh. Her hand gentles the war. curiouser and curiouser. Discovery, inquiry, weirdness, curiosity. And the last two cards, you don't even have to interpret. Everything is right on the card. So your crazy, sexy love note is tell the truth. Communicate with integrity. You may need to level with someone. This person could even be you. Are you saying you're fine when you don't mean it? Are you swallowing your needs because you don't want to rock the boat? When we hide the truth, it eventually comes out in destructive ways. Act with integrity and say what's on your mind. While honesty may lead to short-term discomfort, your long-term peace and happiness are worth it. And lastly, generosity. I give generously to those around me, no matter how much or how little I have. I know there is more than enough to go around, and that the key is to allow it to keep going around without stopping. If I stop the flow, I'm like the one person at the stadium who doesn't do the wave. And there you go, pile 4. I'd love to hear how you interpreted the cards as to what's going on in your life. A thumbs up to the video would be greatly appreciated. Ooh, sorry about the loud clunk. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd love it if you would join the channel. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care.